In this video, I'm going to talk about basic integral rules in calculus. And the rules I'm going to be focusing on in this video, we have to do with the constant rule, right? Because that's actually the first rule that we have as far as integral calculus is concerned. Now, suppose uh, we are given integral of a dx, right? And we are asked to find the integral of this function if f of x is equals to a dx, and we are asked to find what the integral. So finding in the integral of this kind of situation, what I want to get to understand first is that this a that you are seeing here is actually a constant, right? That is, it is a constant since the power of x here is actually raised to power 0, right? That is, the power of x is what is 0 here, and anything raised to power 0 is actually was 1. So in this scenario, everything here is also the same as what's writing a. So a is actually a constant here. So whenever you want to integrate this kind of what of function, so in this scenario, we are going to bring out this a out of the integral, right? So we're going to have a integral, or a multiplied by integral of what? Of derivative of x. And what I want to get to understand here is that we are actually integrating a with respect to what? X. And this scenario, since you have an integral of what? Of the x, so this and this will simply cancel each other. So whenever we are integrating the x, we're going to have what? We're going to have x plus c, right? So, and don't forget we have a here, so that that shows that we are going to use this a to multiply this x, and then the final answer is going to be a x plus c, right? So whenever we are given any we are asked to integrate any constant, we simply bring out the constant and we are going to integrate what? The x. Then integrating the x, we always have what? X plus c. And the reason why I'm adding c here is because what I'm actually dealing with is actually not a definite integral. I'm actually dealing with the indefinite integral, because I'm not integrating with what? With limit here. So I don't need to actually get a value, or I don't need to be adding, I don't need that to add c, right? But here I'm going to add c because I'm actually dealing with what's indefinite integral and I'm not integrating with limit. Now let's say we have some question here. Suppose you are asked to integrate integral, you have to find the integral of 5 dx, right? So this is going to be, you bring out the 5 because this 5 actually corresponds to a here. So bringing out the 5, let's see what we're going to have. We're going to have 5 integral of the x, right? And this is simply 5x plus c, right? So that's basically how you're going to integrate it. Although this kind of integral actually follows what the power rule, which says whenever you are given y equals what, let me simply say 5x power n. This case I'm representing the 5 as a constant here, and I'm asked to find the what? Integral of what? Of y dx. So in that scenario, what I'm going to basically doing is that I'm going to find integral of 5x power n, which will simply be what? Which is simply be x n plus 1 divided by what? N plus 1, right? Then this is going to multiply by what? By 5. Then we are going to have what? Plus c. This actually was the power rule formula. But one thing I want you guys to understand here is that the power of x here is actually what? 0. As far as this case is concerned, if you look at it very well, the power of what? Of x is actually what? 0. And what it means is that here, fixing this inside this formula, I'm going to have, this is going to go as 5 x. Don't forget that this is a constant, and the power of what? Of x in a constant value is always equals to what? 0, right? So in that scenario, we're going to have 5, then multiply by what? X is power 0 plus 1 divided by what? 0 plus 1, then we're going to have plus c here. So here we're going to have 5x is power 1 divided by 1 plus c, which is the same thing as writing what? 5x, right? So that's us. So let's move to another question. And don't forget, you're going to have plus c in front of it, of course. So now let's just move to another one. Let's say we are given another kind of question, right? Now let's say we are asked to integrate another question here, right? We are given integral of k dx, right? Integral of k dx. What I want to guys to understand is that k is a constant as well. Then you bring it, I'm going to have k integral of the x, which is actually what? Kx plus c. So that's just the answer to this. It's very, very simple. That's how to integrate a constant. Now the next one I'm going to have is that let's say we are given integral from let me just say this one is its limit. Actually, we are going to have this to be minus 4 dx. You have minus 4 dx and you're asked to find what the integral, or let me please say antiderivative of negative 4 dx. You're going to bring it out. Everything you are seeing here, right? Everything you are seeing here is actually is a constant value. So I'm breaking it. I'm going to have minus 4 integral of the x. This is the same thing as writing what minus 4x plus c, right? So that's just it. So now let's say we have another one. Let's say we have integral of let me just say we have here, we are going to have 12 dx, right? So this is the same thing as what as right, bringing out 12 integral of what of the x. So here we're going to have the answer to be what to be 12x plus c, right? So that's what you're going to have. Now let's say we have another one, right? We have another question, right? Let's say we have another question. So in that case, let's say we are asked to find what the integral, right? From, let me just say this one is with limit. We're having from 1 to 3 of what of 3k dx, right? So in this case, yes, of course, you have to know that this is actually this is not a definite integral, because we are actually integrating now with what with limit. So what I'm going to be doing in this case is that I'm going to bring out the 3. Yes, of course, I'm going to follow the normal constant rules, right? I'm going to have this to be integral of what of 1 raised to 3. I'm going to have 3k. Actually, I need to put k outside the x, right? So after integrating this whole sheet, I'm going to have 3k, right, x. Then I'm integrating it with limit. Don't forget, I'm having 1 and 3 here, right? So that shows that I'm going to go ahead and what I'm fixing the value into what into this expression here. Here I'm going to put plus c because I'm having limit. So you're going to have 3k into bracket the value of x when it is 3, right? Then minus 3k and the value of x when it is what when it is 1. So the value of x when it is equals to 1. So in this case, I'm going to have 3 multiplied by 3, I'm going to have 9k, right? Then this is going to be a minus. Here I'm going to have 3k. Yes, of course, that's what I'm going to have. Then the final answer is going to give me what? 6k. So here I'm getting a whole value here, right? So let's say we have another question at the same time. Suppose you are given integral of here, let's say you are going to have minus 2 to 4, right? Minus 2 to 4 or what of negative 7, right? Dx. So this is what I'm asked what to integrate. So it's very, very simple, right? So just pause this video and actually attempt it, and make sure you drop your answer in the comment box below, right? So now let's go ahead and integrate this. Here I'm going to have this to be minus 7. Here is actually a constant. I'm bringing it out. Minus 7 integral of minus 2 to 4, right? I'm going to have the x. So this is exactly minus 7x. Then I'm going to have minus 2 to 4. Right, so now let's start by putting in the limit into this particular value here. So you're going to have this to be what minus 7 into brackets when x is what is 4. Don't forget you are going to start with the upper limit first. Then you're going to have minus again. You're going to have minus 7, right? Don't forget. Then into brackets when x is what is minus 2, you put it inside, right? So that's exactly what you're going to have. So now let's go ahead and simplify this expression. So we're going to have minus 7 multiplied by what? 4. Minus 7 multiplied by 4, that's going to give us something like 28. So we're going to have minus 28. Then here, don't forget, this is minus 7 minus 2. That's going to give us what? Minus 14, right? So this is going to be altogether, we're going to have minus 28, right? Then we're going to have what? We're going to have minus 14. So we're going to have everything here to do what? To be, this is going to give us negative 42, right? So that's what we're going to have, right? We're going to have negative 42, and that's going to be the what? Be the answer. Now, let me just give you some exercise so that I can actually solve it, and don't forget to drop your answer in the comment box below, right? Drop your answer in the comment box below. It's very, very important, right? So that I can actually go through it, and then we can actually have a nice lesson, right? So here I'm going to have, let me suppose you are given integral of 2 to 6, right, of 15 dx, right? Make sure you go ahead and solve this. Then let me give you another one. I'll give you integral of, let me say, ab, right? Then I'm going to have c dx here, right? So go ahead and solve this again. Then let's say we are given integral of we are going to have 0 to 10 a dx. So go ahead and solve this. So let me give you a cheap one as well. I'm going to have integral of, let me just say we have 8 dx here. Right, so go ahead and, and solve this for question, and don't forget to drop it in the comment section below. Now we are done with the constant rules. Then I'm going to move to the what, to the power rule. Right, it's very, very important. So that's where you're going to be dealing with some kind of question. We're going to be solving the questions. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at the same time. So if you want me to let's just say help you in any course, be it chemistry, physics, mathematics, right? So make sure you drop the topic you want me to make a video on in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.